Hello everyone, this is Strawberry Shorty back with Class of the Living Dead. And we're going to see if we can't save our doctor friend. Not sure what to do with the volume here. No! There's supposed to be no music, or is the game glitching out again? And I'm going to reload just to be safe. Okay, we got the sound back. Let's hope this isn't another one where bad things happen and we have to keep restarting. I start to run towards Yutaka, desperate to save him, but the zombies are already biting and tearing at his flesh! Oh no, he's dead. No, we were so close to all escaping together. I was against his plan! Yutaka wrenches one arm free, but he doesn't attack the zombies. Instead, he throws something towards us. The boat key? It arcs through the air even as the zombies snare him again. I dash forward and catch the object. It's a key. Go! No, we can't leave you! It's too late. Get out of here. Go now. Get out of here. Well, there goes the music again. You know, they updated this app, too. Okay, I still can't get any audio to play, so I'm going to try clicking to the next thing and see if that triggers it. Okay, there we go. It's just a weird thing. Although I hate to abandon him, I nod. The five of us turn and race down the pier toward the boat. Yutaka pointed out when we arrived. More of the zombies are starting to pursue us. Yutaka falls to the ground, dead, but not for long. Soon he'll rise and join them. I mean, you'd think there wouldn't be anything left to reanimate, but... Thank you for everything, Yutaka. We couldn't have come this far without you. We'll never forget the things you did for us. We reach the boat just in time. Mel unties it as I stick the key into the keyhole and start the engine. I've never heard a more beautiful sound. Let's go. After a quick glance to make sure the girls and AG are all safely in the boat, I steered away from the zombie-infested pier and speed out into the open ocean. We made it. Wow, what kind of boat is this? This looks like a little wooden rowboat. I feel like I can relax for the first time since all this began. I'm not sure why. I mean, yeah, there's no zombies here, but we're in a boat in the middle of the ocean. I wish Yutaka was with us. So do I. However, his sacrifice bought us the time we needed to escape. I hate to be the downer, but we can't just drift around the ocean forever. What's the plan? How will we reach civilization? We have to hit land eventually, or I thought someone else had a plan. I'll just say we have to hit land eventually. This was a terrible idea. We have to hit land eventually. That's the plan? You just want to drive the boat in a straight line until we reach land? Well, maybe we'll get stranded on a deserted island. That's not something to sound excited about, especially when you're a sick kid who needs medical treatments. Yutaka said the boat could make the journey, so I doubt we have to worry about that. I assume he actually had a way to, navigate? Well, any ideas? We exchanged glances. I was worried for a minute there they were going to disappear again. I suppose for now all we can do is keep moving forward. For the rest of the day, we travel and hope for the best. Being free of the zombies feels good, but the seriousness of our situation keeps us from relaxing too much. What are we going to do? Hey, is that... Her cautious question suddenly gives way to excitement, and then it turns out to be sharks. It is! It's a ship! What? We all straighten up, alert again. In the distance, a large ship cuts through the water in our direction. It looks like a foreign ship. There's so many ways this could go wrong. Do you think they see us? Can we flag it down? Fortunately, I came prepared. Help me with this, Shorty. I'm going to set off a flare. Soon we're on board the American ship. We're a weary... Oh, they spelled where wrong. We're a weary-looking translator. Here's our story, and that escorts us to see the ship's doctor. Anyone else notice this ship looks like a canvas painting? Well, look, the American has a unique sprite. Well, not a unique sprite, but a unique shadow, it looks like. We just need to do a quick blood test to make sure none of you are infected. Okay. As we wait for the test results, I close my eyes and let out a long breath. It's finally over. Oh, right, the doctor says you're all clear. No signs of infection. We could have told you that. Why would they take the risk? A system has been set up to help refugees in the current crisis, so we're making preparations to send you to America. Have you had any trouble with zombies there? Not yet. It's been confined to Japan so far, and we're hoping to deal with it before it can spread. Good. I've dealt with enough zombies for a lifetime. Well, here we are. Being processed as refugees was much easier than I expected. There aren't a lot of us, so arrangements have been streamlined. I'd rather not think about why there are so few refugees, though. I'm so excited to see America. I'll take you wherever you want to go now that we're safe. Safe. It's hard to believe it, but it's really true, isn't it? We can start rebuilding our lives now. Yeah, and speaking of which, I promised I'd give an honest answer about my feelings once we were safe and I had the time to think things over. Wow, were we really, like, ending this here? What about all of our families? What about the other survivors? That's kind of disappointing. What are my true feelings? Confess to Yua, confess to Ronko, confess to Mel, or profess undying friendship for all of them? Well, I'm going to confess to Mel. She's the one I like the most. I don't think I really disliked any of them. Yua could be a little jealous, but I guess I can kind of understand it. Mel, I'm ready to give you my answer. I'm going to guess it's good news since I doubt you're mean enough to reject me in front of an audience. I mean, you shouldn't be accepting in front of an audience either. It's kind of mean to the other girls. Despite the casual way she says it, there's a barely noticeable edge of uncertainty in her voice. You're right. I'd love to go out with you. Whoa, Mel is going to have a boyfriend? Hush, Eiji. Interesting. I'd wondered if this might happen. It crossed my mind a few times, even before the outbreak. Wait, really? Do you guys mind? We'd like to have a little privacy. Oh, fine. We'll go find something to do, and I'm sure you two will be happy. She's way too happy for us. They walk off, leaving me alone with Mel and Eiji, just the three of us. I rub the back of my neck and look away awkwardly. This is great. I've always wanted an older brother. Ha ha ha. So you approve? Yes, Shorty is cool. Aw, thanks. Good to know my little brother approves of my dating choices. Now, if we could have a few minutes alone. But what am I going to do? Mel shoots me a desperate look. I can see the conflict in her face. She wants to be alone with me, but her brother has nowhere to go. She can't just walk off without him. I look around for inspiration. That's it. Hey, Eiji, do you like ships? Yeah, the one we came here on was really cool. They didn't even give this boy clothes. It looks like they're doing maintenance on that ship over there. Why don't you go find out more about it? We'll go annoy the workers. Okay. He hurries over to where the ship in question. From here, we can still keep an eye on him without the awkwardness of having him right alongside us. Thanks for that. No problem. So, you and me, huh? If you're still interested. How fickle do you think I am? Whoa, close up. He stretches up and kisses me. After I glance over to make sure Eiji is still watching the ship maintenance, I wrap my arms around Mel and kiss her back. The noise of the harbor fades away. Things seem so peaceful here. Maybe we can finally relax at last. Once we're settled, we should go out on a proper date. That might be a long way off. What? Why? Too many things that need to get done. I'll need to find a new hospital for Eiji and then go back to school. I can't give up now. Oh, right. I almost forgot that Mel is studying science in hope of finding a cure for her brother's illness. What should I say? Is he really that sick, or I'll help in any way I can? Well, the first one just seems mean, so I'll say the second. I'll help in any way I can. Thanks. That means a lot. Once, it would have been hard for Mel to show appreciation so openly to anyone except maybe her brother. Things really have changed between us. Eiji likes you, so that's a help on its own. I'm glad. Do you think you could... She trails off and glances away. What? Like I said, I'll do anything to help. I'll have to study a lot to get into a good college, and after that I'll only have more work to do. Do you think you could visit him in the hospital when I can't? Of course. Thank you. I hate to think about him being lonely. She cares about her brother so much. It's a side of Mel most people never get to see, and it's really sweet. Now, weren't we in the middle of something? That's right. We were planning out our first proper date. I've got a new idea for you. Instead of putting that off forever, why don't we get creative? Creative how? You ever been on a date in a lab before? No, I can't say that I have. Picture it, the two of us sitting together, looking at some test tubes, calculating the results. I have a feeling that won't be nearly as romantic in practice as she expects. And then we start making out and we knock over some test tubes and we have a whole nother outbreak. I have an alternate idea. What if I get things ready so that when you come home after a long day of staring at test tubes and calculating results, we can have a nice dinner together? Hey, I won't turn down an offer like that. Then it's a date. Glad we worked that out because here comes Eiji. You guys should have come with me. I learned so much. Ships are really cool. Haha, you'll have to tell us all about what you learned sometime. We should find out where we're staying. Why don't you tell us on the way? Okay. As the three of us walk away from the harbor together, a warm feeling fills me. It's as though I've not only started dating, but also found a new family. Hotel rooms have been provided for all the survivors as part of a generous campaign to help mitigate the damage from the zombie outbreak. I sit down in my room and let out a long sigh. I understand Mel wants to make sure AG gets some rest, but I thought we'd have a little more time together first. A knock at the door makes my heart leap, and I hurry to open it. Am I interrupting? Not at all, but is it okay for you to leave AG alone? He's fine. I made him promise not to go anywhere without me, and he's about listening. Besides, he's watching TV. In that case, I'm glad you're here. With how eager you were to check out the rooms, I thought you'd be in for the night. Nah, I just wanted to get some more quiet. I've got a lot of studying to do. She holds up a thick biology book. You came over here to study? Why not? It's hard to concentrate with AG around, and I bet he could use a little time to himself, too. What should I do? Suggest spending this time together or let Mel study. I'll let Mel study because it just seems nice. All right, you're free to study here if you want. Great, having a boyfriend is pretty convenient. Not sure most people associate their significant other with someone who can provide a quiet place to study. Mel sits down and opens up her book. Within a few seconds, she starts taking notes. Hard at work already. I watch her for a moment and then settle down myself. At least we're together. Feel free to do whatever you want as long as it's not too noisy. Thanks. Just let me know if you need anything. Will do. This isn't exactly how I thought I'd be spending an evening with Mel, but as long as we're together and she's happy, then I'm happy too. In the past, I always saw Mel as a gruff, abrasive person who didn't like other people. I never imagined she cares so deeply about her loved ones. She's the sort of person who will put her whole effort into helping others, and even devote her life to it. We never would have survived without her. Now Mel and I are together, and together we might even be able to change the world. Is it morning already? This can't be the hotel. Are we jumping into the future? Yawning, I sit up in bed and stretch. It's been 6 months since we escaped and started our new lives here. I finally set it into a comfortable routine. That couch, though. I'm not a fan. They got everything under control overseas, but no one will be returning to Japan for quite a while. That's okay. Going back now would stir too many memories. We've made new lives for ourselves here. As I get some coffee brewing, I walk to the window and look outside. It's a sunny day. So we just need a zombie outbreak to happen, and then the government will finally, give my family a house. Few people are out this early, although a man walks past on the other side of the street. Coffee forgotten. I step closer to the window. Are the zombies happening? The man outside looks sick. Every step seems to come with difficulty. He lurches forward, then turns. My blood runs cold. The man outside is a zombie! Yes, it's continuing! I shouldn't be so happy about this. That was both... that was a twist ending, but also kind of depressing, because they finally had their moment. Yeah, we can pause here. I'm not thrilled that they ended so early. We're gonna do another ending next. I wonder if all of the endings will have the zombie thing continuing. Place your bets now. So if I had to rank the girls in order, I think my next preferred would be Yua, just because she's the friend, and it kind of feels sucky that the friend gets jilted, but we'll save Yua for next to last. We'll do friendship last, and we're going to confess to Ronko. Ronko, I've been thinking about what we discussed before we escaped. Are you sure you want to talk about this now? We have an audience. At least she acknowledges it. Under the circumstances, it's probably better for everyone to know where we stand. Yes, but there's more sensitive ways to handle it. Yes, I think we should. She glances at you and Mel, and then her gaze returns to me. Understanding lights up her eyes. Very well, then. Despite how composed she looks on the surface, I know her well enough to see she's tense, anxious to hear what my answer is. I take a deep breath. I've gotten to know you quite well during all this, Ronko. You've become very important to me. Then, yes, if you're still interested, I would love to date you. Ronko steps forward and takes my hands in hers. She squeezes them gently, her eyes shining. There's nothing I'd rather hear. Oh, I never imagined Shorty would end up dating the head of the student council. But you picked up on me being with Mel, who I'd never met before? I open my mouth to protest. Ronko has done her best to escape the reputation she built around herself. Before I can, Mel loops her arm through Yua's and steers her away. Come on, let's give these two some privacy before it gets embarrassing. Best of luck, you two. I don't know why we felt we had to defend her or something. It's not really... It doesn't really make sense to me. Thanks. Then it's just the two of us. I'm glad they took it well. I would never want to cause a rift between you and your friends. They're your friends, too. I suppose they are. It feels good to have true friends after all this time. I never would have guessed it would take a zombie apocalypse to bring it about. Ain't that the truth? You would have made lasting friendship and accepted yourself for who you are regardless, I'm sure of it. Perhaps, if I'd gotten to know you anyway. Hands clasped, we begin to walk through the harbor together. Although it's noisy and chaotic, it feels peaceful compared to what we left. It feels good to be safe again. Out here, the terrible things that happen to us feel like they're part of another world. I'm glad you're with me, Shorty. Something in the way she says it makes me feel like it's not just a compliment. Is something wrong? For the first time in my life, I feel free. That's a good thing, isn't it? I don't know. It should be, and yet I'm lost. What do I do now that I'm not bound by other people's rules and expectations? How should I use my freedom? A moment passes and I realize it isn't a hypothetical question. She looks at me like she's expecting an answer. You should decide for yourself. What advice should I give? Do what you truly want to do, or maybe try video games. Do what you want to do. Do what you truly want to do. What if I'm not sure what that is? You have plenty of time to figure it out. Take some time to relax and get used to having the freedom to decide. Then you can see what makes you happy. I never knew you were so wise. I guess I've learned from experience. There's one thing I enjoyed in the past. It was my Iato practice. But I'm not sure I'll ever be able to enjoy it the same way again. Yeah, I understand. Maybe some other type of sport then? Perhaps. It'll probably take a while before we're really settled. Of course, there are many details we still need to work out. We need to find a place to stay, handle any questions of guardianship, work out remaining academics, replace the things we've lost. Yikes, there really is a lot to be done. We might be safe from the zombies, but the road back to normalcy won't be easy. And we'll need to deal with the emotional side too. All the people we've lost, everything that's fallen out of our reach forever. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be such a downer on our first date. It's okay. After everything we've been through, I'm surprised we're even this positive. We survived. That's the important thing. Right, let's keep moving forward, one step at a time. In the interest of doing just that, we head into town. Accommodations have been provided for us, along with some supplies, but it'll still take a long time for us to rebuild. We'll probably need to get jobs, assuming we're allowed to live on our own. Still, after dealing with zombies, it doesn't sound so bad. What are those people over there doing? Where? There. She points toward what appears to be an ordinary clothing store with shoppers outside talking to one another and discussing the clothes on display in the window. What do you mean? They're just shopping. I see. Wait, have you never gone shopping before? Certainly not like that. What do you mean? I bought new clothes when it was necessary, but this looks like a social activity. Yeah, but you'd think she'd have seen this before, at least. I was always occupied with studying and training. I never spent time on something like that. Wow, I guess it never clicked with me that she might have had an even stranger social life than me. It's pretty common for girls to go out shopping for fun. But not boys? No, it's not really a guy thing. When you say things like that, it makes me feel like I have more in common with boys. Unable to hide an amused smile at her comment, I stop walking. When she stops and turns to face me, I put my hands on her shoulders and lean in to kiss her. She gasps in surprise, but doesn't resist. Trust me, I don't see you that way at all. She lets out a startled laugh, then smiles. Can you prove that? How can I prove it? Ask her to go somewhere private or offer to take her shopping. I'll offer to take her shopping. How about I take you shopping sometime? Excuse me? You want to experience it, right? I'm sure you'll understand the appeal a little better once we go. Plus, it'll be a good experience either way. I honestly think she'd enjoy it more with the girls, though. I thought you said guys don't do that. I'll make an exception for you. Then I accept. It sounds like it will be a lovely time. Hand in hand, we continue walking down the street together as part of our new lives. Does she not get a still image? I never imagined I would fall in love with Ronco, much less end up dating her. I never imagined her perfect persona would prove to be a mask. The zombie outbreak was horrifying, but it brought us together, as allies, as friends, and now as a couple. I don't know what the future holds, but I know there's no one else I'd rather have by my side. Wow, she doesn't even come to our hotel. Is it morning already? That's still the same 6 months thing, comfortable routine. Is it going to be the same thing with the zombies? It's another zombie! Is it really going to be like this for all the endings? I'm a little sad that the epilogue was the same too. Recording all of this is taking forever, because I have to wait 2 hours for 2 more tickets. So we got one of the tickets now and like 33 minutes to go on the next one, so I'm just going to do Confess Love to Yua, because that should take some time. Yua, do you remember what you asked me before we left the hospital? Her cheeks turn pink and she ducks her head. I guess this volume is all over the place. Of course I remember. We're safe now and we can finally relax. I think it's a good time for us to go on that date. Really? She throws her arms around me with a cry of delight. I love you, Yua. Oh, Shorty, I love you too. I always have. I thought it might work out this way. Childhood friend always wins, eh? We wish you two the best. Thank you. You two have become great friends, so don't worry. I'll tell you all about our date once we get back. It's like, no, you don't have to do that. Wait, I'm not sure that's such a good... Come on, Shorty, I can't wait to see where you take me. Despite her claim that I'm taking her somewhere, she grabs my hand and drags me down the street. I shake my head, but I can't help but smile. It's good to see you in good spirits again. Where's she gonna take us? Oh, same place as, Ronco, apparently. Ronco's name is actually really hard to remember. It feels so nice just to walk down the street like this, doesn't it? Haha, it does. Who'd have thought something so simple would become so treasured? I guess we never knew how lucky we had it before. We should go shopping, and she also wants to go shopping, too. We'll definitely need to buy some things, except I don't have much money with me. Aw, neither do I. Don't worry, we'll get back on our feet soon enough. At least we have each other. Yeah. I wrap my arm around Yua's shoulders as we walk, and she rests her head against me. We've made attempts to contact other survivors, but there's no sign of either of our families among them. Well, at least the families get mentioned. Although I wonder if she's not going to get a CG either. I guess we'll have to go back to school, huh? Wow, I never even thought about that. You'd think they'd make a special exception for us. An exception? Like what? Accelerated graduation due to surviving a zombie apocalypse? I mean, you're probably old enough that you don't have to go to school if you didn't want to. I'm pretty sure we've proven ourselves more than capable of taking care of ourselves. I don't know how that would look on a resume. Seriously? Any company should look at that and think, wow, these people know what they're doing. I want them working for me. You're just trying to get out of school, aren't you? Old habits die hard. But you know, I almost miss the monotony of school. If I could turn back the clock and undo all of this, I'd return to that boring classroom in a heartbeat. What are you looking forward to the most once our lives are back to normal? What normal thing am I looking forward to the most? Video games! Oh hey, playing video games are a good night's sleep. Video games. Playing video games. I miss that too, being in this situation. I haven't gotten to play my games in forever. Of course, I should have guessed. I still have the RE4 remake pre-ordered, the Winner's DLC from Village pre-ordered, and the Devil in Me pre-ordered. You didn't think I'd come out of this a completely different person, did you? I'm still the same Shorty you know and love. I wouldn't have you any other way. Although I might hold back on the survival horror games for a while. Going to play something bright and happy? Yeah, I think I'll be focusing on lighthearted entertainment for a long time. I'll help. What about you? What are you looking forward to the most? Spending time with you, of course. What? That doesn't count. Why not? When you asked me, I didn't even think that was an option. Is that my fault? Hanging out with you was always part of our normal lives. But I suppose it's different now since we're dating. With a quiet giggle, she slips her arm around my waist. Yeah, see? So you have to pick something else. Then I suppose I'm looking forward to a nice hot dinner. Good choice. Something with a lot of cheese. I can almost taste it already. Sounds like I should take you out to dinner sometime. Oh, would you? That would be so much fun. Then it's a date. The words send a thrill through me. It's a little hard for me to believe that you and I are dating. On a whim, I stop walking and turn to face her. What's wrong? I realize we forgot something. We did? Yes. I cup her face gently and kiss her. We're officially dating, but we forgot to kiss. Did you really forget? I assumed you were just waiting for the right moment. She pouts, but then kisses me back. I wonder if this would be different if we had kissed her back then. You'll just have to make up for it. I will. Heedless of the fact that we're on a public street, I wrap my arms around her and kiss her again. Her lips are soft against mine, and when we finally separate, her cheeks are pink. Well, has this been an acceptable first date? The best. What should we do next? Let's go see where we'll be staying. Oh, right. I have the address written down. Due to the extreme situation, all survivors evacuated out of Japan are being provided accommodation in a hotel for a few weeks until we can make other arrangements. What do you mean until we make other arrangements? We don't even live in this country. I hope they actually do something with the hotel this time. Only Mel's scenario really did. The room is nicer than I expected. It seems the chain behind this hotel is going all out in its efforts to help people who suffered because of the outbreak. They probably make higher profits than ever because of the good publicity, but I'm not going to complain. Quiet knock at the door signals Yua's return, and I open it. What do you think? The rooms are pretty nice, eh? It's great. She steps past me and eyes the room with an appraising frown. I think yours might be a little better than mine. Come on, they said we're all getting the same type. Then maybe it's just because you're here. She leans back against the wall with an impish smile and watches me expectantly. What should I do? Invite you to stay or say goodnight? I don't know what to pick. Why are we getting more choices with her? Because, I mean, we just started dating. I'll invite her to stay and hope it doesn't mean romantically. Of course it does. We're practically having our move-in with us. If you think my room is better than yours, does that mean you want to stay here instead? Maybe there's 2 beds.
Really? Can I?
Of course.
Yay!
She hugs me, then dances around the room. Then she pauses mid-pirouette with her arms extended to help keep her balance.
Wait, you're staying too, right?
Yes, what did you think? I was offering to trade rooms with you?
With you, I never know.
What's that supposed to mean? She awkwardly finishes her pirouette with a dramatic flourish, then bounds over to me.
I've known you for a long time, Shorty, and sometimes you just can't read the room. I've seen you miss some pretty obvious hints over the years.
Oh, I see how it is. I snort, then lean forward and catch Yua before she can dance away again. I kiss her and then draw her close and kiss her a second time. Am I reading the room right now?
Yes, I guess you've gotten better at that after all.
Maybe it's just that you're the one person I've always been able to read.
Let's test it. What am I thinking about right now?
Steak. I lift my hand to my head and close my eyes as if concentrating. You're thinking that you want me to kiss you again?
Nope, guess again.
What, really? Then you're thinking about food.
Haha, no.
I thought I would be right for a minute. You're thinking about how much you like to mess with poor old Shorty?
No.
Must be something positive or she wouldn't be laughing like that. What could you be thinking about?
Guess your Yua reading skills need a little more work after all.
I guess they do. Will you have mercy and tell me?
If you want to know, I was thinking about how since your room is so nice, I just might have to stay here all night long.
You were teenagers. We've only known each other for like a day. At least in the dating sense. I laugh and fix her with a serious stare. That's cheating.
What? How?
Because there's no way I could guess something like that. If I was wrong, you'd...
Guess? What happened to being able to read me?
I grumble and shake my head, but it's not like I can really be in poor spirits when Yua is smiling at me like that. Well, when I invited you to stay, I never said you'd have to leave.
Hehe.
No, she gets a CG now. Ronco doesn't get a CG. Too bad for Ronco. I hold out my arms and she steps forward into my embrace. As we kiss again, I realize that nothing will interrupt us, and for the first time since that terrible day, we have nothing to fear. You know, we probably ought to tell them your room is free if someone else needs it, should we?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Although I reach for the phone, I can't tear my gaze away from Yua. There were times when I thought we wouldn't survive. For us not only to make it, but end up together, it's unbelievable. We're going to be just fine, Yua.
I know, I have you.
Were they planning a sequel to this? Ever since that day all those years ago when I defended her, we've been together. We've helped each other more times than I can count. Now we've survived a zombie outbreak together. I'm not sure things will ever feel completely normal again, but we'll be there for each other through it all. No matter what happens, I know I can keep going as long as Yua is by my side. Well, here we go again. Morning, 6 months, routine. Wow. So let's see if the friend route yields the same results. Okay, time for the last route, which is profess undying friendship for all of them. You guys, I want you to know, I see you all as wonderful friends. I'm so happy we all made it out together.
Huh? That's your answer?
Why are the 2 of you... Oh, all 3 of us then. I see. As the awkwardness between us increases, I rub the back of my neck and offer them a sheepish smile. So, I hope we'll all continue to be great friends. Yua is the first to smile, while secretly plotting our death.
Of course, Shorty. We've been best friends all our lives, and nothing is going to stop that.
I'm honored to have a group of genuine friends.
You people would be lost without me. Guess I better stick around for a while.
Thanks, everyone.
Does that include me? Do you see me as your friend, too?
Look at his sad little face. Yep, of course I do.
Awesome.
Come on, we should figure out where we're going. Together, the 5 of us set off through the harbor. Before all this began, I never would have imagined something like this. I had Yua, but I never dreamed I'd be friends with Ronco or Mel and her brother. Terrible events brought us together, but now that we're united, I believe we can survive anything. They're all I have left now, and they're the people I care about more than anything in the world. Wow, we didn't even go to the hotel. We went straight to the house. Wow, I think it's going to be the same. So that's Class of the Living Dead. I have mixed feelings about the ending. I hate that little epilogue is the same for all of the characters, especially since there doesn't appear to be a sequel. I want to follow up to this, but maybe they'll release one, hopefully fixing all of the glitches and whatnot. But, so what did you think of this game? I do think it's one of their better ones, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!